Welcome back everyone to the Sim Racing Show, your weekly dose of all of the breaking news and exciting updates in the world of sim racing. And this week in sim racing news, we are going to discuss Assetto Corsa Evo, which takes a spotlight with bold new features including car customization and sort of its driving academy beta. Does it set the stage for a potential showdown with Gran Turismo 7? Well, we're going to see, because Evo's now here, but GT7 is fighting back by delivering an exciting January update packed with new cars, including a futuristic concept car. Also in this episode, we're going to cover the nostalgic return of an absolute classic, Tokyo Extreme Racer. There's a huge scandal that's shaken up iRacing esports and new sim racing games on the horizon. I'm also going to cover the more Simcade arcade side of things with news from Forza Horizon and a stunning overhaul for Euro Truck Simulator 2. But let's get into it. Let's start with Evo. It's the biggest sim racing game in the world right now. Is that going to continue? Because after a rocky start where features that required an internet connection to function were disabled, Assetto Corsa Evo developer Kunos has now finally implemented the car's customization features in the game in a limited way. Because although many cars only have a few parts to modify, when this is fully coming in, the Ferrari 296 GTB's option list should be vast, includes items like interior stitching colours, carpet colours and carbon fibre trim, so you can actually spend a lot of time setting up your cars. So it's a inclusion that's not strictly related to sim racing, but it does provide an obsessive level of attention to detail that car nerds like me are just going to love. Now, Assetto Corsa Evo's driving academy feature was also unlocked via a beta branch in the middle of last week, offering a mode very similar to Gran Turismo 7's circuit experiences, not licenses, circuit experiences. Although it's not something therefore really innovative, trying to get 3 stars on every license test is a challenge, and it definitely helps players sample car and track combinations they otherwise might ignore. I had a lot of fun trying to get those 3 stars on every possible stage. It does feel like Evo has the potential to become a sim racer's favourite game and maybe outshadow Gran Turismo 7. But hold on, Kaz has just dropped a sneak peek, it's coming in hot, of the January update. It's been a while since we've had updates in GT7. But before we get into that, I just want to say a big thank you to today's sponsor, GT Omega. They make the chair I'm sitting in and also the rig behind me. It's really insane to see so many of you picking up sim rigs, including from GT Omega, and starting and developing your sim racing journey. So if you are looking for a sim rig, go to www.gtomega.com, and if you do decide to buy something, use my code KIRITH5 for an extra 5% off. You can see lots of videos on my channel talking about sim rigs and setups and what might be good for you. Big thanks to GT Omega for sponsoring this video. So Gran Turismo 7 January 2025 update is officially launching soon, likely on Thursday, that's January the 30th. Highlighted during the Gran Turismo World Series finals, it's going to introduce the Hyundai Ioniq 5N, but also more excitingly the F1 inspired F3500A, which is a concept car blending innovation with nostalgia, which is not something that you often hear about. Speculations buzzing over the silhouette teaser shared by Kaz, which hints at 2 additional vehicles, a Honda Civic and what appears to be a compact crossover, potentially a first-gen Toyota CHR. These additions do promise to diversify the game's growing roster, but frankly, I'm not interested really in driving a crossover. I'm just going to be honest there. Stay tuned for more details though. In the next videos, I'm going to cover the specifications and the patch notes. Are Gran Turismo going to be adding a new track? This is the big question. A new sim racing game on the horizon. Yes, new sim racing games. The Last Garage is a new project from Marcel Offermans. It's currently in development, and I was at the recent Sim Formula Europe Expo, where the former R Factor 2 guru held a public talk explaining its progress. So Offermans announced an exciting time with road car manufacturer Donkifer, initially reported by Traction.gg, but also revealed that the Last Garage would be the platform of choice for the EROC, so the E-Racer Champions competition in March. Remember, Marcel Offermans is huge in sim racing. So this even includes the development of a special 2-seat simulator so a co-driver can hop on board to bark out pace notes to the driver. Offermans also discussed the prospect of creating a spiritual successor to what many still believe is the most realistic rally sim around. No, it's not EAWRC. I'm talking obviously about Richard Burns Rally. The Last Garage is going to use its kind of like up-and-coming rally sim to power the EROC, with Offermans being really bullish in his assessment of the state of current-day sims off-road physics models. A truly modern rally sim would be most welcome. I think a lot of people have been disappointed by EWRC. Milestone have kind of vacated the area as well. Kyloton, we're going to see what they're going to be doing. But we want to see good rally games. We miss it. Big scandal in iRacing again. So many times in the sim racing show. It's episode 42 now. We talk about cheating in iRacing. And this time it's Ferrari Esports who allegedly used nefarious tactics to win and then lose the Daytona 24 Hours. I don't even think it's allegedly now. I think it's confirmed. So driver Ollie Steinbratton found himself heading towards the barriers after running offline. However, rather than facing a lengthy repair job or race-ending damage, he pressed Alt F4 to return his car to the pit lane. Basically not having to, well, he's still towed, but not taking the damage. This is against the rules, so despite rejoining and then winning the race, the Ferrari car was disqualified, allowing Max Verstappen's Team Redline entry onto the third strip of the rostrum.
Team Redline.
And this is the wheel Max Verstappen was using. How insane is that? The world of Formula 1 and sim racing is just absolutely coming together. Lots more on this wheel coming on the channel. Good news now, Playground Games revealed last week is releasing the Ultimate Car Pack DLC for Forza Horizon 5. And there's some interesting news here for sim race as well. This pack includes every DLC car released for the game since 2021, barring Car Pass or Premium Edition Car Pass, and probably signals the end of the development cycle for Forza Horizon 5. So considering it's been almost 4 years since Forza Horizon 5 launched, a sequel is well overdue and could be announced soon. This is going to go head to head with Assetto Corsa Evo. Is Forza Horizon going to become more of a sim to compete with Evo? We will see. SCS Software have announced an exciting overhaul for Euro Truck Simulator 2 Scandinavia DLC, refreshing Sweden, Denmark and Norway to align with the modern game standards. They're getting enhanced vegetation, road textures, landmarks, with cities like Copenhagen, Stockholm, Oslo and Bergen revealing a detailed polish. So following recent updates like the Greece expansion and German city reworks in version 1.53, this refresh, I'm told by my editor, will provide smoother transitions to areas introduced in the new Horizons pack, which I think I did drive. So long-time fans of Euro Truck Simulator 2 can look forward to exploring a revitalized Scandinavian landscape with the trademark realism SCS is known for. Underrated game by many Truck Simulator, but if you play it, you'll know it's amazing, you'll know it's so immersive, you know it's a great thing to do after work. Next sim racing news is from Tokyo Extreme Racer, who has finally launched into Steam Early Access, and despite some legal issues with the Canadian version, it's had a surprisingly smooth release. Really well received, this one. So the game should appeal to fans of the original series, which was last seen nearly 2 decades ago, as it leans into nostalgia thanks to its familiar gameplay and kind of simplified mechanics. One suspects it will need a little more refining before it can gain widespread acclaim, but this game has been received incredibly positively, and I am going to be covering it on the channel. So it's an incredible time for sim racing, and I think Forza Horizon 6 is going to be really interesting to see what direction it goes. More arcade or more sim, and it could go more sim, and we're going to see Assetto Corsa Evo in the middle, fighting Gran Turismo on PlayStation and fighting Forza Horizon on Xbox and PC. Super exciting, competition is good, last garage as well. I'm off to drive with Max Verstappen's wheel. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this, share it around as well, and I'll see you next time in the Sim Racing Show.